DBN, a television network globally. And my name is Gilbert Dare. Gilbert Dare is being in the platform of Gesora, the man who has been long in the world of media. Welcome, the host of the program.
Good evening, everyone. How are you, Archbishop? Nice to see you again. How have you been? Long time.
Yeah, I've been a long time. I went to UK.
So you have been in UK for a while, I think for 20 years or something like that.
30 years. I went the year 1995. That is about 30 years in the United Kingdom.
So me, I just been wondering, I thought it's just something, you have been away for a while, but it looks it's a very, very long time. Now, how is UK? And now that you are back in Kenya, how do you find everything in Kenya now that you are back here?
Best that I've been in the UK for over 30 years, I also get acquainted with the politics in the UK and also the lifestyle of the people which I'm more acquainted with the politics here in Kenya, with the lifestyle of the people here in Senekasora. I can tell you I am very acquainted with these matters of politics in the United Kingdom because they had election of many prime ministers while I was there. And also here, there have been many, many presidents because when I left Kenya, the president was then Arap Moi, and then came Kibaki, and then came Uhuru, and now it's Ruto. And even when I went to UK, the Prime Minister was John Major, and came Tony Blair, and came this, and came that, and came that. So I'm a little bit more on knowing what the politics is all about, based on also knowing that the politics is biblical. It's not to be disassociated with the God's people. The world has made a serious mistake because in the beginning, God planned to rule. Yes.
Now that you have been in the UK for 30 years and being a Kenyan, what is the comparison? How do you compare Kenya being a developing country and the UK being a developed country? How do you do the comparison between the two countries?
Yeah, UK is a developed country. They call developed country. And we, Africa, they are mentioning us as developing country. Kasora don't believe what the media propaganda are speaking to the people. In the Western world, the people who are born there, they don't even think we are existing as human beings because the media like animals. And you will find that a child born in Britain will not be interested to come to Africa because what the media are telling them. Now you ask about the politics in the United Kingdom and the politics in Kenya. Those are the two countries they have been. The politicians are the same. Number one, you can call them liars, and the lying they do qualify people to vote them in. And there's no politician who is not a liar. And they must lie of the things that they know that they cannot even achieve to fulfill. Like they have one thing which is common. Because when I heard Tony Blair was doing his politics, because they don't have crusading like here, he's going the polls,
yes.
They talk on TV. He said he will create a job. Obama said he will create a job. Trump will create a job. But there are no jobs, sir. There are no jobs, and they cannot make magic to create jobs. It's just a lying politics. Let me tell you something. The world has gone to digital. And by the world being digitalized, so the job have been taken with the system digital, and they're going to take it more away from the people. Number one, when Tony Blair told the people he will create jobs, he created none until he left. But the jobs were there because when you were to fly, they were ticketing agency. Those one was eliminated digital system. Now when you are traveling, you can book your air ticket and go to the computer, select your seat, and board. And check your luggage in by yourself. So the ticketing, and that was they have massive working for the ticketing. You see, they took that job, all the companies which was people are going to school to learn how to do the air ticketing. That's gone.
Archbishop, let me get it from you. There's that notion that African countries are developing, and compared to developed countries like the UK, like the USA, what is the civilization? Is there a difference in civilization between African countries and the developed countries like the UK, Japan, and the USA?
You are asking me, is there a difference of the life of the people or what?
Yes, that's what I mean, exactly that.
Yeah, according to my observation globally, I think the life in the West are not what people think about it. It is worse than.
Or just it's already that we believe in that, but that's not the things on the ground. That's not how they appear on the ground. That's just our belief amongst the people.
No. The life in the West African, I can say this better. Though we did have poor politicians before, but now it's changing. Based that there are no more coups like before. And now, like Kenya now is going into the region of like developing country anyway. And you can know Kenya when you are in Kenya here. But if you go abroad, if you go to the USA, Kasora, the USA,
yes.
There are people who are homeless, and they cover themselves in the night with a plastic bag, and they live as homeless people. And you will not believe that we don't have homeless now in Kenya like it used to be time for Jomo Kenyatta and Moi, because there were people who were sleeping on the paveway at River Road. You know that.
No, back to Kenya. You talked about when you left Kenya. It was during the Moi era.
Let me answer this question first.
Yes.
I'm just telling you the picture of what is in the West. Like America, many people are living on the street. Not because they want to. Not because they have mental illness. Not because they have psychological, but because they are unable. Even if you go to the internet, Google homeless in America, there are too many people who are living homeless. I'm just reminding you, in early, when I knew in the 70s, there were people who are sleeping in the corridor on the street on the pavement at River Road. Do you remember them?
I remember.
And they were sleeping there the night because they were nowhere to stay. And that is what is happening in the United States, in New York, in California. And this is not now in Africa here. The same to you. Now in Kingdom, we have also homeless who sleep on the street, and they cover them with a plastic, which is no longer again here in our country, Kenya. So to tell you, if people are on the street sleeping in a country which developed, in the media, they portray them like they are second heaven. So this is what I want to let you know. If you ask me, where will I like to stay? It is in America, it is in Britain. I will choose Kenya. But those people who are Europe, you know them. Are they coming back? They don't. But what they have there is pathetic. Because again, in the Western world, especially in the UK, you will never get a job according to your provision. There's no job there. There's no job in Britain. Now, listen to this point here. Listen to this. The supermarket, people check in, they pick it themselves, and you go and pay yourself. No cashier, which you see here in the supermarket. There is only security machine guiding you. You walk to the shop, no any shop attendants, pick your things, go to the till machine, walk and go. Those job has gone. The traffic police, who used to do traffic on the street, is no longer there. There are camera which is putting light on the motor vehicles. So when you made a traffic offense with your post office, and those police lost their job. Listen to this, Kasora. The people who are doing airline ticketing lost their job. The people who are checking in the airline lost their job. It's being automatic. It's no longer there here and
Archbishop, there's a problem. There's a problem with your microphone.
Yeah, I handle it. It won't come again. Go ahead. I know what's wrong.
You know, there's something now that our topic is about church and politics. Can we come back to Kenya now? There's this the current political environment in Kenya. What is the role of the church in the current political happenings in Kenya?
Yeah, let us hang that on the Europe. We'll talk about it the other day. Let me come back to the church and politics. You not separate the godly people with politics. God created politics, and He made politics. And the intention of God Himself, when He created Adam and Eve, Adam was to be the governor or the president or the emperor or the king of the, because he said that title was ripped out from him. And you remember the Israelites, when they were delivered from the land of Egypt, God never wanted them to have a human being king. But He made Samuel to lead them. But they rejected because they wanted the king, the King Saul. It's a very, very mistake that the canon mind of people today are thinking that politics is sin. It is not sin. Politics need the people who have God in them, not the people who just talk that they are Christian. And if somebody fear God and led with the Spirit of God, that country shall prosper and shall be very much successful. Now with Kenyan politics.
Archbishop, if I may take you back, you remember the days of Alexander Muge, Dingi Mwanawanzeki, and the rest. There were people like Enjoy and the rest. People tend to think that they were so vocal about political happenings in the country, and so it's like people now think the church is a compromise in terms of what's happening locally.
I don't think even that time when I was involved, because I was fully much in politics, because I have a full support. The former late president, Richard Moi, I believe you are aware of that.
I'm aware about it.
I was against the Odingas, and I had the United Evangelical Churches Kenya, which I have too many church members, and I took them to President Moi. And even my first trip to United States was financed by President Daniel Torres Moi. You remember, he was paying Kenyatta Conference Center and paid all the vehicles who are coming to Kenyatta Conference Center do that. So I don't think people like Enjoyer, they were doing good. And even this time, even they're here, I will oppose them. I know people are echo them, they are doing good. To me, they're not doing good. No. Because you are not going to use the platform, which is for the gospel, to preach the gospel, to insult, to speak against the government, and speak against the king. I disagree with that completely. The politician in the politics region, they are opposition which oppose the politicians and the government in power. We don't have this in the United Kingdom, and what the African people doing is foolishness. In the United Kingdom, bishop can't allow a prime minister to go and politicize his ambition on the pulpit. And even to me, even that time, I used to have Moi coming to my meeting, but he could not take it for the advantage to talk about the politics. So I disagree with saying that the church is keeping away from politics. Church could be in politics, they could be elect their leader to be a president, and they back him with goodness. But when you elected somebody who don't know God, then when he's doing bad, you can only vote him off by voting, but not by insulting the president.
Archbishop, in respect of the Gen Zs, they are in the streets like every Tuesdays and Thursdays, they are in the streets. They were feeling that the things are not going in the right direction. That's according to them. What is the voice of the church? What is the voice of the church with regard to the demos which are going on in Kenya?
Okay. The word Gen Z is created just recently. I came to know it just a few weeks ago when they raised against the current president, Ruto, who is in power now. But with my observation, it is not true. They are not Gen Z. There are people behind. I know what happened in Egypt, and you cannot fool anyone. Egypt was overthrown by the few youths who went to the city square, and the media echoed them because the American wanted those countries to come down. And also Libya also had the same. So they used the word Gen Z, and when I watched those seriously, those people who were on the street genuinely were Nairobi University people. And it was only Nairobi. Do you know where there are 100 people, there are massive of people. So you cannot take some 50 people, 20 people, and putting a placard, and you say they are Gen Z, they are terrified the government. Yes, it is good, it has happened, because that particular thing has done good to Kenyans. But I can tell you it's not making any sense, because when you go to the street, they loot the people's goods. They stone the cars of innocent people. They burn the vehicles of the innocent people. You cannot convince me that what they were doing here in Kenya is good. Though it came out goodness because they put fear on the president also have to calm down. But according
Archbishop,
to my
Archbishop, Archbishop, Kenya is a democratic country where there's freedom of speech and freedom of picketing and demonstrating peacefully. And the agencies say they have been demonstrating peacefully, only to be tear gassed by the policemen. Do you think it is right for the policemen to tear gas people who are demonstrating peacefully?
yeah, I watched that demonstration very well because I was very keen on it. It started very well in Nairobi in the University Way, plus the entrance of the Vanji Garden. And going to look at those faces, the faces were very healthy people. They had no any intention to do looting. They were demonstrating very, very well, and I congratulate them. But in few times later, goons came with stones, and they were throwing stones on the police. Do you want to tell me a demonstration that somebody take a weapon throwing to somebody with a bullet, is that correct? I've been in the UK. Let me teach you. I've been in the UK and I saw many demonstrations in the UK. And even if there's demonstration in the UK, there is no looting, there's no destroying the goods. And I watched that carefully. So here in Africa, we have people that they are gangs and they are people who can spoil. If it was the way the doctor has did their demonstration here, you are there, were there any breakdown of the things? Teachers have done that. But this one was political matter because some politicians suspected hire goons to go and destroy the demonstration.
Archbishop, do you think that is the remedy? Instead of the policemen arresting, if they feel the agencies are not doing things in the right way, do you think the remedy of shooting them, killing them, maiming them is the right way to go?
I don't support any police who shoot, because any police who shoot has done a crime that is worth to be prosecuted. And I apologize and I pity and I send my condolence heart to people who have been lost. It's wrong, very extremely wrong. Put in about the police life is in danger. The demonstrator life is in danger. The faithful demonstrators were there. But there are goons which come with a stone to stone. I've never seen the whole Europe where the people are carrying stone and breaking the shop. Never. And
from where you sit, what do you think is the way forward for these GNCs? What do you think the way forward between the GNCs and the government?
African people are still not mature or doing things like demonstration. Do you know when and how the word protesting started? It started with the British people when they protested against the Catholic. And that is when the church was born of Protestant. And in Britain, any election they are protesting. They protest, and they protest a massive on the street. Will not stop me driving from the city to other city. And the shops are safe. With African here, it's pathetic, Kasora. If the owner of the shops, there are too many businesses are closed now for the individual people. Just because the Gen Z were going to demonstrate and some other goons walk into that. This is not acceptable. It's not well. And look at how it caused many had died. And there is also a law which you need to know. When you carry a weapon and you face a police officer with that stone, this law allows him to protect himself. But if you can see on the street of that particular area, the stones, I know the protesting is perfect and it was good. Those who planned it was perfect, they were good, and the government allowed them to do so. But again, there was a provocative, either the police provoked them, and whatever happened, those stones spoiled the Gen Z ambition. And I don't support the stones at all. And this is what happened now, that the Gen Z are partyless, autonomous, leaderless, which is really, it does not even make headway. I just want to appeal to the young people, because I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, and I'm a great-grandfather now. The life of the young people value and is worth and matter. The life of the young people matter. It is good they went on the street. That is fantastic. And they have done pretty well to make the president to change what they did. I did not like the way the president's wife has 280 workers, the vice president 100, and they were netting millions of money. Thank God for Gen Z. But I need them to consider that when they are going to the street, the goons, satanic people, all come with the stone. And when you come to the police with the stone, he will fire back because he has to save his life.
No, like you said, do you think these demonstrations are politically motivated? Because, like yesterday, I read somewhere that the Gen Zs have plans to register themselves as a political party. Do you think that's the right thing to do?
Yeah, they can register as a political party, is fine. And when they do that, then it will be right for them also to be elected in parliament. That is the right thing for them to do. It's only when they are making a demonstration, which is protesting, they also need to be careful because there are goons, like the last one, a member of parliament, the ex-member of parliament, was caught up giving them money to destroy the demonstration. And those things, those people are there. So you will not know whether there were people or politicians who are instigating those kind of criminal in the city. So in Africa, a still word which I'm going to put this, but it's not good for somebody to hear this. We are so still primitive in politicking, because I have been in the UK for 30 years. Nobody has died because there have been demonstrations. And the demonstration, the judges, the lawyers, the street is packed. And that is what is acceptable. That is what is in the Constitution. But if I initiated the demonstration, and I am the one who programmed, and the goons come to my program of demonstration and get loggerhead with the police, and the death are there, to me, I will put it to the demonstrator that they caused that death. Even the government does not support the police to shoot. But I would like to tell the people, the police is allowed to shoot to kill when you have a weapon which can destroy his life. But I don't say that I'm supporting police who shoot. No, I don't. But those who shoot, I believe they will be taken to court. And I want to see them in court. I want to see them in committee. Listen, Katora, I have been in committee prison when I was brought here in Kenya. Do you know that?
I know.
And many police people are in jail serving life sentence. So I'm sure those police who are the innocent people, if this government is real, let them go and serve the community prison, because I cannot judge here, because the law is there, the police know their boundary, and also the authority knows that. But I am disagreeing with you, with anybody who is going to organize a demonstration and let the goons come with stone to throw on the police. That is criminal and is not acceptable.
If we change gear, there have been issues we have been seeing since in churches, like chaos in churches. For the last 3 days, we saw people fighting in a church in Kisi. Another one I saw, I think Friday, it was in Kisi, in some churches in Kisi, in South Mugirango constituents. And I think yesterday or Saturday, there were chaos in one of the churches within Kisi town. Why do you think these chaos are getting their way? People walking with knives into churches, or what do you think is igniting all this?
Kasora, because you are not a church person, to me, I'm there. I can also talk to you about it.
Yes.
Not everybody who said Jesus is Lord is a true Christian. And you don't need to judge the people with other people. Majority of people in Kenya, they are in business, in the world, they're in business. They're doing business with the church. If you
Okay.
nice, if you can talk good, you know the best pastor in the world is the President of America. One of them, President Bush, Obama, Clinton, and Biden, and what? And Donald Trump, because they can talk. And they can talk nonsense and people vote for them. So it does not matter whether somebody talking nice, and he knows when he gathers the people, he will get the offering from the people. He don't need to be coming from heaven to be a pastor. You must be just a person who is a charisma and orator and can chant and talk. And you start your church, and we will follow you, because we have a freedom of worship. So do not tell me those who find the church or the people who are making people to go fasting for until the death do them apart, that they are godly people. Talk about me, who you have seen from the beginning, that
Yes.
I believe in my God whom you know. And I know about me. I don't know about Catholic. I don't know about Church of England or Anglican Church. And you can't tell me to talk anything about them. If you ask me, Bishop, they talk about you. And I will say to you, I have been blacklisted, a person who steals the children. And it lasted 20 years. At the end of the day, I was found not guilty. I can tell you that. But you can't tell me other people, because if you need to talk to them, they have nothing to do with me.
Bishop, now that you have brought up that issue, sometimes.
What about your time? Your time is gone.
Just in 1 minute, there was that tag on you that there was that you were tagged that there was that issue of child trafficking. You mentioned that you were cleared. No, are you off the hook now?
But I believe you have a brain in your head, don't you?
Yes.
You did not hear the news, which is now a year plus. If you ask him that question, I will ask you whether you have a brain there. Those were propaganda, Kasora.
Yes.
It was just to make me to be brought to Kenya, which they did. And I fought it for 12 good years, because in Britain, the police came even into Kenya and they did not find any child I've stolen. The investigation was in the Interpol. And the Scotland Yard came here to Kenya and they stay 1 month. they came to look whether there's any child I've stolen. They went back to England. They said Bishop there has not stolen any child. You know what they said at that time?
Yes.
That I was going to Pumwani and waiting the women to give back. When they give back, I will take the child and run away with it. It can happen. But
Now,
anyway, you need to thank God because now you don't have not seen me. The Bible says all things work well for good. I was acquitted on 17th July 2023, and the case lasted for 20 years. In Kenya was 7 years. My God, it lasted longer. But no child was brought in court. That Bishop there, this is the child you stolen. No any parents were brought in court that you stolen this person baby and this one baby. Those who are all hot air and those who are opaque, and
on
they
that
were
note,
just false.
on that
against my
note,
name.
Bishop, on that note, what is your parting shot with regard to our topic today, church and politics in Kenya? Your parting shot.
Your time is over. I think we are going over time. This program is so sweet. Why don't you postpone it? I have to go to start my preaching in the church, and I invite you to join us because this one I'm not in the spirit. I'm in the natural. Who believe that the president should be a part of the people who are born again like Gilbert there.
Okay, Bishop, you agreed, obliged. I think we can expand and escalate this program or this topic up to tomorrow. I think that will be okay with you.
What time tomorrow?
From 8 p.m. Exactly 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Kenya time. In the United Kingdom, yeah, 6 p.m. And this program, you continue with me, and you can also get other people to talk about church and politics. We don't politics, but many politics. So we're going to believe that is church and politics. And we can have, you will continue interviewing me about the politics in Kenya, but you also allow me to tell the politics in America because I'm American by nationality too. I'm a family in America. I'm a family in the United Kingdom, in Manchester, in Scotland, and in England, London. So we will not talk that. So Kasora, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to ask me this question.
I also thank you so much, and thank you everyone who was on board listening to our program this evening. We catch up tomorrow same time, and we escalate the same topic, church and politics in Kenya, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Kenyan time. Thank you so much.
This is Gilbert Dea and Kasora in the platform of DBN. DBN is called Determination Broadcasting Network, and this is not a platform for gospel prayer. It's a platform to talk church and politics. Thank you very much, Kasora, the host of the program, and I'm enjoying being your guest, Gilbert Dea. And we say to the viewers and all of them, we see you tomorrow.
Bye. Bye.